A five-judge bench of the Supreme Court will pronounce its judgment on a bunch of petitions challenging the electoral bond scheme. Now, the SC had reserved its judgment on the issue in November 2023. The SC had also directed the Election Commission to furnish all data on the donation that the political parties had received through the scheme until September 30th of 2023. Meanwhile, several NGOs and political parties had challenged the scheme in the court. They were represented by senior advocates Kapil Sibal, Vijay Hansaria and lawyer Prashant Bhushan. The government had represented by Attorney General Venkatramani and Solicitor General Tushar Mehta. Non-governmental organizations such as ADR had challenged the constitutional validity of the bill in 2018. What are electoral bonds? Well, these are actually interest-free bearer bonds issued by the SBI where value is around 1,000, 10,000, 10 lakh and 1 crore and can be bought by any Indian citizen or company, can be donated to parties that get at least 1% of the votes. Now, what we understand from this is that the electoral bond was supposed to in fact be made for something to stem out criticism of opaqueness when it comes to funding of political parties. But however, there are some criticism that is on its way as well. Now, skewed towards national parties is what one of the first criticism against the electoral bonds have been. Also, anonymous donation is not transparent and can lead to influx of black money by allowing big corporates to influence politics is another concern that has been raised by the people who are criticizing the electoral bond practice. However, the bone of contention has been that the BJP had been getting the lion's share of the electoral bonds sold so far, and opposition says that SBI can track who donated it to the parties. Opposition says that SBI can share donor info with law agencies as well. ADR says it is skewed in favor of the National Party. EC had flagged off the transparency-related concerns as well when it came to the electoral bonds when the argument was going on this particular aspect. Meanwhile, the government stand on this includes like that the curbs that have been used for black money in political funding, and it is in fact a measure to ensure transparency. While political donations in fact in cash tends to breed corruption, and that it brings accountability in poll funding, and that the donor identity, which is the main cause of the entire issue about who's donating to the political entity as such, well, that donor identity have to be kept safeguarded as a secret because it could lead to some kind of pressures on that particular donor as well. Now, it has been introduced with consultations with stakeholders is what they have been saying.